What's up, guys? Diego Ace Obran is here. Thanks for tuning in. Behind me is a 2021 Honda Passport Elite. Now, if you've watched my Passport Sport video, top right hand corner there, then you're absolutely going to love what I do with this car, especially at the end. Don't forget, guys, if you're interested in this or any other make and model, contact me directly. Links are down below for all my social media platforms so that I can get you into the best possible deal on, like I said, any make and model. Now, let's get started. Actually, before we get started, let me turn the car on. It got a little windy. But guys, before we start, let me tell you a little history behind this car. So, back in 2003, this car actually got discontinued. So, this actually was the predecessor, however you say it. It came before the Honda Pilot. And why Honda did that? I'm guessing it was because they needed more 7-passenger SUVs than they needed 5-passenger SUV, and they had the CR-V. But then, not so long ago, 2019, the need for a 5-passenger big SUV came along. What do you have? You have the Jeep Grand Cherokee, you have the Durango, cars like this that are big muscle cars or like heavy cars that still give you the capacity of 5 passengers without necessarily needing the 7 passengers. Thank you, New York City. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, guys, this car is only 6 inches shorter than the Honda Pilot, which means that from this point back, it's all cargo. Let's look at the other things. So, with 20-inch alloy wheels standard, a 6-cylinder VCM Honda engine that spits out 280 horsepower, a 9-speed automatic transmission, and for 2021 standard CarPlay on all trims, it makes you wonder, what does this car have that's so different from the Sport? Let's find out. Well, for one, the car's been heating up this whole time, right? So you have the automatic climate when you turn on the car with the remote start, that depending on the temperature on the outside, the car then heats itself up or cools itself down on the inside. In the meantime, while you get your stuff ready and then you come to the car. So let's go. So you have things that sometimes is considered a necessity, like leather. You're gonna get leather and perforated leather seats on the EXL model and above. So you're gonna get your heated seats, and for this particular option, you're gonna get cooled / ventilated seats. Leather wrapped steering wheel, which in my opinion, I lost my word track there. You do get a better grip on the car, right? Then you have things like satellite navigation, that if your cell connection ever fails you, then that will come in very, very handy. Well, the look is one of the biggest features. The Elite badges, the color of the wheels, and the design of it, along with other convenience features that will make your everyday driving experience that much more comfortable. And you can't forget, you're gonna have things like memory seats. Again, I mentioned the heated seats. Things in the steering wheel like heated steering wheel, the moonroof, you know, things that are constantly moving up. One really cool thing that the Elite brings in 2021, if I'm not wrong, they did it in 2020, but in 2021 for sure, is something here that your mirrors fold in all by themselves. So it's touchless, I think it's called, like automatic mirrors. So one touch open, one touch close. Guys, that is a little bit of the car before we get started to drive. But remember, one thing that all these cars have in common is the way that it drives. Honda's racing heritage, like you saw in my last video, is instilled in this car. But will the features and, you know, the little extra things make this drive a lot better than the Sport? Who knows? Let's find out, and let me know if you think so in the comments below. So let's get to it. So a little bit of a kick. Now, guys, I drive my cars or any car that I drive it the way that I drive. I don't necessarily drive slow, I don't drive extremely fast, but I drive my cars. I like to see how the car actually drives at the end of the day. If you're not driving your car, pushing it a little bit, you know, testing out your steering, then to me, you're not really driving your car. You're just Ubering yourself to work. I don't know. Guys, so remember, this is sitting on 20-inch alloy wheels, 280 horsepower, but I drove an Alfa Romeo recently, and that had 280 horsepower. This car weighs more than that car, and it's a lot bigger than that car, and I kind of wanted to compare it. The suspension in Hondas, not bad at all. I don't feel like I'm in a small car. I don't feel like I'm in too big of a car. You know, that didn't hurt. One thing about having bigger wheels versus having smaller wheels that I've learned to notice is when you have bigger wheels, your tires are always going to be a little bit smaller. Honda, I feel like it got a perfect balance between the wheel ratio and the tire ratio, so that I'm not bang, you know, like slamming into the things. So I'm just gonna stay like this until this light goes on. Alrighty then, so here we are driving it again. Now I am not gonna get on the highway. I'm gonna go on a straightaway so I can actually just feel how it is. Whoa, okay, that right there sounds beautiful. All I did was downshift the car, so now I'm on first gear. I'm gonna let some cars go away, and let's really test out how fast this car is. That's pretty fun. Now, I feel like I'm like floating right now. I would love to feel the engine a little bit more. Now I said, like, I was on drive and using my paddle shifters. Down to second. Down to first. Some people don't like it. Here's what it is. Now, I guess I'm used to a little bit of more of a push, but for those who want to drive or need to get out of a situation, I feel like this is a very smooth car. Let's take it off of manual mode, and that's it. You guys, again, if you saw my Passport Sport video, then you know how the Honda sensing works. But if you want a little recap of it, there's sensors and radars that are detecting the car or object in front of you, as well as the lane markings next to you, to prevent you from nodding off and getting off your lane, or, you know, being distracted and slamming into somebody. The car comes standard from the sport model all the way up to the elite model with those features called Honda Sensing. It's a suite of features, and I'm gonna list them again so you guys know what it is. ACC, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist system, brake mitigation system, or collision brake mitigation system. That, if you think about it, the majority of manufacturers now have this as an optional package or optional safety features, right? Honda has it standard. If I'm not wrong, on almost every single one of their cars, Honda Sensing is available. If not, on the majority of their cars. Go Honda, kudos to you. Now, all right guys, and again, like I said, there's a lot of different features in this car that will make your driving experience a lot better, and you just saw me drive it. But how about the things that will make your daily habits an ease? Things like the hands-free tailgate. Go like this, and the car just opens up on its own. I did not touch anything. I didn't even touch the car. And here you go. And then to close it, you could also kick it. It's that simple. Honda has made it very, very accessible, and at the same time, if you ever wanted to open it with your hands, it's just a one touch. And guys, along with the accessibility of things, you don't have to worry about reaching in to put the seats on if you ever had to. It's a one button thing. Son. It's that easy, guys. Now, another thing that's really cool in this is that you do have extra spacing here. You saw how easy it was? And if you ever need to get to your spare tire, pull this, and there it is. 1, 2. Little extra cubbies on the side, obviously for a little thing, but this opens up, if I'm not wrong, it's 100 cubic feet of space, which, let me get my thing, really does mean aglomerates. All right, enough of that. Let's get to the special part. All right, guys, so I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't fully take a look at this car. So this car comes with snow, sand, and mud mode, as well as normal mode in terms of drivetrain. So I'm gonna go and test it out. Mud and snow. I could not really find a sand portion, but here's how it went. Now, snow mode on, traction control there, sport, let's go for it. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching. That was fun. That was funner than I actually thought it would be. Don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe. Whatever, technical difficulties.